Wow.
I jumped a bit there.
Okay, so just before we start this, if you've seen the title or the thumbnail or whatever, huge spoiler alert. We're not even going to try and do this without spoilers. So yesterday, the last episode of The Mandalorian came out.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian
the day
season
we're recording this, yeah.
Yeah, the day. Yeah, this will probably be
next week sometime.
Tuesday's video, I would have thought. And well, gosh darn it, wasn't it mint?
It was, yeah.
Wasn't it just bloody fantastic?
It kind of just went like, okay, really good, and then just mind-blowing, amazing. Like, it just went up straight away.
I feel like season 1 was like, okay, we're just going to sort of be careful a little bit. It's a Western setting there's not all that much Star Wars in it, but it's set in Star Wars and that's good enough. And then season 2's just went, right, okay, let's just turn the Star Wars right up there. So this is like a review not only of the last episode but of season 2 in general, because we were going to review each episode, but then we thought, well, we'll just do it this season. It's easier.
Yeah.
Set everything up.
It's kind of hard as well to review just one episode.
Yeah, so we'll just talk about The Mandalorian. It's been a good season, and it's been, I think that was definitely the last episode, because there's only 8 episodes in a season. But I think every episode was a good episode. I don't think there's been a single bad episode. There's like one episode that was sort of dragged a little bit, and it was the one with
the frog lady.
The frog lady, yeah.
It was still a good episode,
but
though.
Every other episode was just brilliant, wasn't it?
It was very, because I know you were saying how like it followed the same kind of format of like him having one main mission and then there's a bunch of side quests.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is appropriate for the character. It makes sense. Like he is kind of a bounty hunter, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that you would have to go and do all these kind of side missions in order to.
Yeah. I didn't say like it was a bad thing.
Oh yeah, it's just you just kind of pointed out that it did follow that same format.
Yeah. So the last episode was great because, I mean, I was saying in as soon as we saw that Beskar spear, so I'm like, you know what's going to happen in the last episode? It's going to be Gideon against Mando, the Darksaber against the Beskar, and it was a really good fight, a really good scene, and it just makes you damn frustrated that the lightsaber fight in the sequel trilogy was so crap, and it's obviously hard for people who, have to do the years of training in order to do it, but once they've got that, it's clearly not hard to put a sword fight together, right? When it's two people who agree on the beginning, on the ending, everything in between is just down to two people who know what they're doing. And every lightsaber fight in the sequels is terrible. And Anthony and Michael both agreed. But, well, they didn't agree, but they definitely said that the throne room scene wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. And I think what the sequel trilogy did compared to this one was definitely just two people trying to kill each other. That's our story. And it's like, they're both trying to kill each other. And that's good. That's the characters. The sequel trilogy went, right, okay, it just needs to look pretty. Everything about it needs to look pretty. So it was like, it was the and the and that was it.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it was a bloody good fight, and it looked like a fight. And it was cool. Good job.
Yeah. Whoever
it was that directed that episode.
I like, as well, just a little thing, like, this whole season, I feel like it really... I like the fact it really honed in on the kind of bond they had. Because in the first season, they kind of, like, obviously it was setting it up, wasn't it? Yeah. But in this one, it was just like, okay, he is Dad Mando. You will love him. And, like...
Well, that's a really good point, because I think, again, with the first one, it was kind of like, okay, so we're going to introduce this character as a really good fighter, and we're going to be safe, and we're just going to play it down the road of, okay, so he kind of, he likes the kid and all that stuff, so he's just going to defend him. But this one, they definitely went, okay, so there's a bond here that's father and son. Mando is going to do absolutely anything to protect this child.
We definitely saw that in which episode was it? Episode 7. It's not the last episode, the episode before, where he literally takes his helmet off
and
in order to
him. That I'm gonna say is the best episode of the season, and I think the best Mandalorian episode, because
that was a really good episode.
Brilliant acting from every single person that was in it, including Bill Burr. That scene where he's opposite his former commander, and he's sitting there, and you can see that the emotion on his face. It's kind of like there's that, and then a lot of people might say that it doesn't take a good actor to be able to do what Pedro Pascal's doing with Mando, because you're not seeing his face. It's like, and that's fair enough. There are times when you can see the emotion despite the mask.
Through the mask, yeah.
But I think the way he acted when he had the mask off and everyone was seeing his face was brilliant acting, and it really showcased how great an actor Pedro Pascal is. Yeah, it was like he was lost, wasn't it? Like he'd lost all purpose and sense of who he was when the mask was taken. He just kind of didn't know what to do with himself, did he? No, and it was like it was really, really good. As well, though, I liked the fight scene before that. John was trying to get into the base, and he's fighting like he would when he has like the Beskar armor on, but because obviously it's not Beskar, it's like breaking off, and like you think they're gonna take his like the helmet, like the mask he had on. Like, I like that little touch because it shows that it kind of. It depends on the armor as much as it depends on his skills. Yeah. It's kind of like, okay, fair enough, he's a good fighter, but does the armor play a bigger part in that? And so I thought it was a nice little touch that they might, touch on further down the line. So I think definitely chapter 15 was the best episode by far. Well, again, it depends on opinions. You might prefer the last episode because it's really good. Yeah. I really liked the Marshall episode with Timothy Oliphant and the Crate Dragon. I think that was the first episode. I think so. That was a really good episode. Like episode 5. Yeah. With Ahsoka. Ahsoka was that was a really good episode, and I think the whole series was just really, really good. When I watched the first season, I kind of just sat through them and watched them because I'm a Star Wars fan. Yeah. But with this one, it was kind of like I was excited every single week for the next episode. I know it was really good, but it's kind of like, what happens next? What comes next? Because he's gone with, spoiler alert, he's gone with Luke. Yeah. Which I liked. I was kind of, when I first saw him, I was like, okay, this is Luke. Then I was like, but is it too obvious? Like, are they like, is it going to be like a twist and it's actually someone else? But I did like the fact it was Luke, because when you think about it, it's the only Jedi that we know of that's around at that time. Yeah. So it does make sense. Yeah, well, I saw a lot of people sort of saying, well, if they're going down the route of not getting rid of the sequel law, then it may be Adam Driver, like an apprentice Adam Driver, and I was kind of like, that's a bit further in the years, isn't it? Yeah, I was kind of, that doesn't make sense. At least I would say 20 years. Yeah. At most, maybe. I think I liked the inclusion of Luke, because if there was like a big force sort of shift that came from when he was on Tython, then surely the only Jedi strong enough to feel it would be Luke. Yeah. As well, I feel like it was a nice little nod, because it does have to kind of tie into like the Star Wars universe they've already created, but if they introduce another Jedi, they run the risk of like, will people know this Jedi? Will people even care? With this, it's like, okay, like I actually want to see how this story's going to play out, what Luke's going to bring to this. Well, they already did sort of with Ahsoka, didn't they? There would have been a lot of people who watched that series and didn't know who Ahsoka was. But I think I thought it was a good job. I thought I'm forgetting his name, the guy who plays Moff Gideon, that was definitely his best episode. What, the last one? Yeah, he's had some really good episodes in the past, but that was a really good one. The way after he's had the fight with Mando, when they had that bit with him and Bo-Katan, and he was telling them the rules of the Darksaber. Yeah, that was really good, because it was kind of like he's essentially manipulating these two people here, trying to get them to fight each other, isn't he? And it was good. It was good to see sort of that sort of the intellectual side of it. Yeah, the sort of the simple evil about him is that he's turning these friends against. Well, they're not friends, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I was quite interested in that, like how that's going to play out, because, I mean, although he says it's a rule, but it's not like. No, it is. It's the Mandalorian creed. I know it is, but there's different aspects to the Mandalorian creed, though, when you think about it. No, but that's. When I first obviously I knew that Mando was going to beat him. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't think that would be a plot device that they would use. But clearly, again, and this is, everyone's going to say that I'm in love with Dave Filoni, and I probably am. But it's kind of like only someone like him would remember something like that, and it's kind of like, because that was a big plot line in the Clone Wars as well. Darth Maul challenged previously for the right to rule Mandalore, and they fought each other, and he won the Darksaber and became the ruler of Mandalore essentially. And I was kind of like, as soon as they stopped, as soon as, I don't know what he said to him, Moff Gideon, but he said something like, "Oh, you don't know how it works out," or whatever. I was kind of like, "Oh, they're going down this route." I was kind of like, so now Mando's going to fight Bo-Katan. I was like, I didn't think that's what they were going to do.
Is he though? Because I like the fact they brought Bo-Katan back in it, because I was worried they were just going to, like, a little nod. I was kind of worried that was going to be like a spin-off. Like following her, like trying to get like rule Mandalore, but I like the fact that she's come back into it. But yeah, I don't know.
Did you like Sasha Banks getting beaten up by Boba Fett?
I mean, did she get beaten up though?
Well, they both kind of beat each other up, did.
To be fair though, I do feel like I felt like she didn't take away from it, which is good. Although she didn't really like say much, she didn't have that many lines.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't there going, "Oh, that's Sasha Banks." I was appreciating like the story still with her in it, which is a good thing. So.
Did you see the post-credit scene?
Oh no, I don't think I did.
I didn't see it.
I can't remember now.
You would know if you know what I was talking about if you did. So, and again, we've already said spoiler alert, but big spoiler alert.
I forgot there was going to be an end credit scene. They did say it, didn't they?
There's a post-credit scene where Boba Fett goes to Tatooine and he kills Bib Fortuna, who's in Jabba's palace, and he sits on the throne, and Fennec's there with him, and it just sort of ends with showing you him sat on the throne. Boba Fett kills Bib Fortuna. Right, so we've I can't remember what we talked about in that last 6 minutes.
Favourite scenes.
Favourite scenes. What's our favourite? 3 scenes.
3 scenes. So I liked. I've already said.
This is the whole series.
I think I've already said. Episode 5 with Mando getting Grogu to use the Force with a little ball, because it was just a cute scene. The scene in episode 7 when I can't remember her name again. Cara Dune. Is being taunted by the Imperial Trooper guy.
Yeah.
Just one of the
she
random
blows
guys.
his face off.
And she just pew. Because it was similar to the other scene with that guy.
Bill Burr.
Yeah. And
Bill Burr sounds like a person from Hull saying Bilbo.
Okay.
I have to ring Jane and tell her to say the word Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins. Imagine that. Bilbo. Named Bilbo. No, like another way they said no. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Kind of sounds more like a sound than it does a word. Yeah. Anyway, and then my final one is probably in episode 1 when Mando with the dragon thing
blows it up.
Yeah, he like electrocutes it from the inside out, and then it just pew. I like that because it's cool.
That's a cool scene.
It's cool.
So my 3 favourite scenes from this episode, in no particular order, is the episode with Bill Burr when he's sitting there with his former commanding officer. Really humanises him as a character, and before he was only a tertiary character, if that.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good scene. Bloody good acting by Bill Burr as well. What was another one? I really liked the one at the end of episode 7 when Mando gives Moff Gideon the ultimatum that he'd given him. He gives him the speech.
Yeah.
About how he doesn't know what he has. And then my favourite, I would probably say it is my favourite scene of this series, is when Mando takes the helmet off for Grogu. Grogu touches his face, because it had me in tears. It was really, really good.
It was, yeah.
Really, again, it really shows how great of an actor Pedro Pascal is. Because he's a bloody good actor. So rating out of 10. This is a review after all. Am I going first? So my review would be 9 out of 10. I think that's it. I probably would have said the first season was about like maybe 8. I think this one definitely went to 9 out of 10.
I don't know why we... Because I agree, so...
Yeah.
Just because season 3, I think, will be the best season. I know I did say that with this season, but I do think season 3 is just going to be... Because I think my early predictions for season 3 is going to be something to do with Mandalore. I think has to be.
I think it'll be either something to do with Mandalore or something to do with Snoke, maybe, because whatever that thing is in the, whatever they had on that facility, whatever they were doing with Grogu's blood has something to do with Snoke, I assume.
Maybe the Emperor. Maybe it could be that's
the
what
Emperor,
they used to bring back the Emperor.
The Emperor made Snoke, apparently. But you know, who knows?
I don't know, maybe that's what they used to bring back the Emperor.
Yeah, but I would say with the first season, there's definitely more sort of filler episodes.
Yeah.
But with this one, I think there was one filler episode, and it was the one with Frog Lady
and the spiders.
Yeah, because when you spend 15 minutes killing spiders and watching a Frog Lady bound about, and the other 15 minutes watching Baby Yoda eat Frog Lady's children, it's kind of that does seem like
how many people were really angry about that.
Yeah, it was weird. People are weird. I don't like people. But it's... Yeah. There wasn't a bad episode.
Even that filler, it wasn't like a bad episode. No, it was still good.
It wasn't a bad episode, and it was... I would say it was the worst episode of the series, but that's not me saying it's a bad episode. It's just the least good.
I just love Grogu being a little menace.
I know.
Just eating her eggs and then eating the spider out of the spider egg.
But a little menace.
He's just causing problems for everyone. It's just.
It wasn't like you actually. It's like Harry in it.
Yeah. Little terror.
Yeah. Little absolute menace. Yeah, menace, probably the only word. So yeah, that's our review of The Mandalorian season 2. Go and watch it if you haven't watched it. Watch the last episode. It's really good. And let us know down in the comments what you thought. What would you give it out of 10?
What are your predictions for season 3?
Where do you think season 3 is going to go? Which character do you like the most? Boba Fett got done really well, didn't he? God, what a character.
I'm glad.
He deserves it.
I like that bit with him and Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Where she's kind of like, I know you're a clone.
Both taunting each other. Yeah, I like that bit as well.
I liked it. It was cool.
So yeah, let us know down in the comments. Also tell your friends. Tell them to subscribe, because we need subscribers. Alright? If you don't subscribe to this, I'm going to come and subscribe my fist to your face. Exactly like Boba Fett would. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Thanks for watching.
I need to know.